From pricing power to guest loyalty, this is where short-term rental hosts level up. You're tuned into the STR Booster Podcast.
Hi, and welcome to this edition of the STR Booster Podcast, where we're going to talk to you about how you can get rid of OTA fees and actually stop depending on OTAs by using a simple funnel structure. Now, a funnel is a method of bringing people into your marketing and sales process by following the natural way that they go about doing purchasing or making a decision to book. And it's interesting because the guest journey and the funnel actually work together. The guest journey, for those who don't know, is actually the process that guests take to book and to enjoy your property. And it starts with inspiration. So people get an idea, they find a video or some kind of feedback they get from friends or whatever, and they get this dream about where they want to stay. And then they go and do the research, and then afterwards they go and book, and then after they stay, and after that they will share their experiences. So that's the guest journey. Now, the funnel is a sales process, and it starts with awareness, and then it goes to interest, and it goes to a decision, and then action. And so if you visualize both processes, they actually work in tandem with each other. So the dreaming and the awareness are going together. Interest and research kind of go together, and then the decision and the booking go together, and so forth, right? Booking, right? So once we understand that, then we can move on now to developing a funnel for your business that will make you resilient and able to attract direct bookings and not have to be worried about algorithm changes with Airbnb. The first thing to understand is that you are going through and trying to engage the potential booker in each phase of their guest journey. And you, by understanding that, you'll understand how to activate and engage your marketing and sales assets. The dreaming stage is where you're going to activate the Instagrams, the TikToks, and Pinterest, and so forth. That's where people go to get inspiration and to find places and just come across places that actually move them and make them feel as if they really want to stay there. Once you've gotten people's interest by putting your property out there and putting the best aspects of it, there's unique selling point in attractive and compelling videos, and you've built a following, you really want to continue a conversation with those people so that you can get them to not just be aware and inspired, but to want to learn more, to lead them into that natural stage of research and deepening their interest, right? So you need to have on your social media a means to getting engagement, email list, and offer a free guide to the destination or a particular activity in the destination that appeals to your ideal guest. Once you're able to establish that and get them to opt in to your email list, you're now able to send them perhaps a newsletter or a drip email sequence that will warm them up to become hopefully a direct booker. Not everybody that you reach through your social media will be a direct. There's a number of phases that a typical guest will go through before they actually take the decision to book, and they'll do their research, they'll look around, they'll look for comparisons, they'll look at the OTAs, they'll look at your website, they'll see what credibility you have, they'll look at your reviews and all those sorts of things. So regardless of how attractive your images and videos come across, there are more layers for guests and the process that they take. So make sure that you have all the various facets in order to convince them that your place is the right place. So you've made them aware, you've inspired them, and you've got them into your funnel by at least the top of the funnel by making them aware, and now you want to engage with them. So you got them on your email list, and then you will continue to nurture them, and then in between the sequence of informing and building relationship, you will, and I say building relationship in terms of giving them helpful information about the destination and not trying to be salesy. But in between, you can start to mention subtly, giving them cues about your property and the deal, and then outright making offers. But you want to be more helpful than you want to be salesy. So you don't want to turn them off. You want them to trust you. You don't want to come across as someone who's just trying to get a booking, you want to come across as somebody who is there, helpful, reliable partner who can guide them towards having a great experience. So once you've gotten them into your funnel, you want to leverage a number of things. Firstly, by giving them a great experience, you want them to be able to be a net promoter of your property. So creating user-generated content is one of the most compelling ways to get the credibility and the social proof that your property will need in order to get over that hump where people will say, okay, the hot property looks great, but what are other people saying? So you need to be able to activate your guests as your marketing agents, and that will make your case much easier and more compelling because you have that backative of the guests who stayed and they're sharing their experiences. So it's very, very important that once a guest has booked, you start engaging with them through your email to offer them support in making their stay and arrival and stay as smooth and as enjoyable as possible. Studies have shown that the most enjoyable aspect of a stay is usually the pre-stay. And that's down to psychology, where people tend to dream about how the stay is gonna go, and they are excited and full of anticipation, and there's a lot of dopamine involved, and guide. And this is a aspect that's overlooked by a lot of hosts. If you can nurture them and help to build on that excitement and also to manage their expectations and help them to understand the best ways that they can enjoy your destination and enjoy your property in the lead up to their stay, then you've actually done a lot of the groundwork in it, enabling them to fully enjoy their experience. And you've also developed a reputation in such a way that it's much easier to handle hiccups and issues and stuff because you've already demonstrated that you're committed to their enjoyment. You've already got the booking, but you have gone the extra mile. So you're building that trust and a relationship with them that will hopefully make them a net promoter and a fan. It's quite simply a fan. And as a fan, they'll be able to do that very important social proof promotion that you require in order to make your property really be able to acquire new guests at a lower cost and at a much higher rate. So one of the ways that you can accomplish that is by putting QR codes in your home and making offers to have them post about their experiences at your property with your branded hashtag. Every single short-term rental should have a branded hashtag, and that branded hashtag should be unique to your rental and discoverable on the social media platform of your choice. Instagram is one of the most common ones for short-term rentals, obviously, because of how it is. So if you can get your guests to repost and to even mention you for an incentive or just based on their goodwill that you've developed because of the quality stay that you've delivered, you can then take their posts and then repost it on your account. And you can also gain more followers and more followers who actually trust you and will be engaged with your content because their peers already and shared from your stay and mentioned you. So that's very, very important in your social media strategy. So there are a ton of ways to get noticed and to develop and engage your audiences. And that includes SEO and writing blog posts and all that kind of thing. We don't have enough time to really delve into all the facets of it, but I want you to understand the funnel and understand the fact that you want to attract people when they're dreaming. You want to get them into a relationship with you in some form of dialogue, get them on your email list, get them to follow you, and so that they'll be updated with content, get to know you better so that they can feel confident about booking directly on your platform. The bookings phase of the whole process is critical because that's where it gets tricky. On your website, you need to be able to have first of all, fast website. It needs to be a high converting website. So it needs to be fast. It needs to have a clear space for your area where your booking engine is able to show availability, a booking button above the fold. It needs to have trust signals. Having guest reviews on the website is very important. Using rich media, video, and so forth is also important. And as I'd mentioned before, your website is a marketing tool, but the booking engine is really the driver of sales. So making the button or the widget to your booking engine prominent and above the line, above the fold on your website is very, very important. And also to give people a variety of ways to reach out to you and to learn more about what you offer. So there are some people who they want to take the plunge, but then they actually want some extra information that you are not, maybe they don't have offhand to make this decision. So having an FAQ section is important, but also putting a chatbot on your website is also a great way of not only deepening engagement, but able to answer questions and handle any potential objections that may hinder people from taking action and actually booking on your platform. So having a chatbot, and with AI, we can accomplish that. Now, STR Booster offers that as well as a suite of tools that incorporates everything that is necessary for a good funnel, including social media and all those things. So you can check out our website for that. But you need to have that. You also need to have ways in which people can book with you through non-traditional methods. Some people want to book through WhatsApp. Why not allow people to book through WhatsApp? Why not allow people to book through email just by making an email request? And obviously, you don't want to offer that in all situations. I mean, during low season, maybe you can offer that during low season when it's harder to get bookings. But you can also offer that to just loyal guests as well, which some loyal guests prefer being able to WhatsApp someone, say, hey, would like to stay XY date. And then instead of you having to do that manually, you can use AI automation tools to have a dialogue, and then all these things are possible now. So why not take advantage of them? And the more friction that you have in the whole booking process is the more that you will suffer with the not being able to get people to book, right? There's another thing in e-commerce that is important, but a lot of people start the process of booking on your website and they actually stop. They actually get cold feet and they stop. And in e-commerce, when that happens, a lot of times a automated, like a webhook or some automation is done where an email is sent and the booker and the person, the customer is urged to continue the process, purchasing process. We can do this now with bookings too. So that's something which with our platform you can get done. So converting, there's so many ways, so many things about conversion, but the bottom line is that the less steps and the less friction, the more conversions you'll get. So that's critical. So that's the booking part. The stay part, as I mentioned, is about nurturing and trying to get them deeper into your community and to incentivize, try to make their stay as good as possible and try to get them to have an affinity to you and your brand and signature experience that you're going to offer. I hope you have listened to some of the previous podcasts and learned a little bit about that process. But developing a signature experience is going to be critical so that they'll remember you. And when they come away from the experience, they know it was special. It was something that they can attribute uniquely to you, and that will give them affinity to book with you over some other place because you provided an experience with a signature touch that gave them that feel that they can get elsewhere, right? So experience extremely important because remember these people are going to make or break with their reviews and sharing and not sharing. They're going to kind of make or break the process of growing your following, your audience, and the credibility that you have, your brand integrity. So that is a critical part of your funnel as well, the experience and making sure that you are not all things to all people, but you deliver on what you said you were going to deliver on. So if you were a wellness retreat, make sure you deliver on being a wellness retreat and in the particular style and manner that you had promised, and so forth. And the sharing aspect is really about getting those net promoters, the people who are loyal to you, to go about spreading the word and bringing more people into the loop, and also to get more people to take action and book. So I hope that this podcast episode has helped to highlight the fact that it's a funnel, it's an e-commerce process, and it's not as simple as it may seem. It's not just a book now, book now, book now. It's about nurture. It's about awareness and nurturing, and then finally offering a deal, a booking deal, right? So that has been our episode for this week. Stay tuned, and next time we will delve further into how you can build a resilient brand and take charge of your bookings. Till next time, this has been David Scott. Take care.